कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spent most of his time in Jagannath Puri, Mayapur Dham, and few years traveling across South India. And in between, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also went to Sri Vrindavan Dham for a very short while. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was staying in Vrindavan Dham, a unique incident happened. Many people started crossing the way where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was sitting. And then they were very much excited. And then some people, they met his assistant. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was assisted by a Brahmana. So he asked, where are you going? So they told, oh, you do not know. Krishna has appeared here. We are going to see Krishna. Krishna has appeared in the Kalia lake and he's dancing on the hoods of Kalia. So we are also going to have darshan of Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's assistant, that Brahmana, he also became very curious. All the devotees are very eager to see Krishna. So he requested Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's permission that Mahaprabhu, if you kindly allow, I want to see Krishna. If you allow, please, I want to have his darshan. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this, he gave him a tight slap and he told, you have become mad. You are a learned Brahmana. Why you are talking like a madman? And uh, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu guided him. And of course, cutting long story short, the people were very excited. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, you go next day. But then next day, the people told, actually, there is no Krishna. They discovered actually in the middle of night, a fisherman was catching fishes with the help of torch. So the torch was the light of torch, or he must be having multiple torches. That was assumed to be the jewels on the head of Kaliya snake. And the fisherman was mistaken. He was riding on his boat. The boat was assumed to be the body of Kaliya, and fisherman was assumed to be Krishna. So in this way, it was actually a fisherman in the middle of night catching fishes, but they understood it is Krishna dancing on the hoods of Kaliya. So thus Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told that, have you become mad? Just see, if we have to understand about avatar, we have to understand from the scriptures. So scriptures do not mention any incarnation of Krishna in this age of Kali Yuga. Krishna's time was 5,000 years ago. So of course, Krishna is always present. Krishna is present in Vrindavan Dham eternally. But 5,000 years ago, he manifested himself to general people also. So pure devotees are always seeing Krishna. Prema Anjana Charita Bhakti Vilochanena. When one is advanced in love of Godhead, always he is seeing Krishna within his heart 24 hours a day. And when he advances further, then he sees Krishna face to face. So for him, Krishna is always available. He is never out of sight. But for the general people, when incarnation will happen means when Krishna will become manifest to general people's eyes. That time period is very precisely defined in the scriptures. Thus, Sanatana Goswami, when he was being educated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Varanasi, so scheduled incarnations were explained, different avatars were explained. Purusha avatar, Leela avatar, Guna avatar. And Sanatana Goswami, of course, he was knowing the identity of Lord Chaitanya. So thus he asked that how we can understand the incarnation. He told basis of scriptures. And then Sanatan Goswami, he wanted to state that in that sense you are incarnation because the scriptures mention Lord Chaitanya's incarnation. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he changed the topic. He told, don't try to become over smart, just try to listen what I'm explaining. So in other words, we have to understand from scriptures who is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So India has become very, very expert. There was Made in India, launched by Modi ji, which was a nice campaign in material terms. But there is one field in which India is already very expert in manufacturing, and that is manufacturing gods. Nobody can match India. So every other person is proclaimed as God. So, however, we should not get cheated. We should understand from the scriptures who is God. That is the way of understanding God, his incarnations. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, people might doubt, is he God or not? So, we have to understand with the help of scriptures. So, let's see some references. So, whenever we come across such doubts, because most of us were not knowing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God. So, we have to understand either Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Srila Prabhupada or pure devotees or Jesus Christ or Lord Ramchandra or Krishna himself were not understood as Supreme Personality when they were present here. Prabhupada explains even when Krishna was present, only a handful knew that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma could not understand, Indra could not understand, the people on this planet could not understand that he is the Supreme Person. So only some, the Dhamvasis, they were knowing, Vrijvasis were knowing, the Pandavas were knowing. So Prabhupada gives the number also, if I remember correctly, 100 or 300 people knew that Krishna is God. But now everyone accepts that Krishna is God's Supreme Personality. And thus we have to understand even Radha Krishna. So Radha Krishna worship was not there. Lakshmi Narayan people would worship, Sitaram they can worship. But Radha Krishna was, what to speak of worshipping them, it was unacceptable. There was a great debate in Jaipur itself. It happened in Galtaji. And now Radha Krishna worship is everywhere. It has superseded Lakshmi Narayan worship. So thus we have to understand our faith. We should not put faith on our faith as long as we are conditioned. Our faith changes. Now Christians are having very strong faith in Jesus Christ. When Jesus Christ was present, Prabhupada again explains he had just 100 or 300 followers, not more than that. And now 1/3 population of the planet is Christian because Krishna became pleased by the devotional service of Jesus Christ. So he made everyone his follower. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada also was not recognized, especially when he was in India. He did not go to West. Uh, People did not take him seriously. But now we see so many disciples, such strong faith. And in future, we understand Nagaradigaram Prabhupada will be worshipped everywhere. So the acceptance changes in course of time. Lord Krishna is accepted now. Earlier, he also was not accepted. Radha Krishna worship is accepted now. Radha Krishna worship also was not accepted earlier. So thus Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, great acceptance is there now. Especially in Jaipur, the kings accepted. We have temples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and now across the world we have temples. But that time it was not accepted. So that is why we should not worry about what we are able to put faith on or not. We should understand what the authorities are telling. We have to have faith on the Vedas. The Vedas are the user manual. And liberated personalities, they have accepted that the Vedas are the standards. So we take shelter of the Vedas to understand. And we see from the result, those who follow the Vedic path, they become freed, they become liberated. So just see the devotees, temple devotees, they are liberated to a very great extent. Nobody can push them to work in the office 10 hours, 12 hours. Nobody can disturb them very easily. Outsider gets disturbed just in small arguments, small things. There is some birth, there is some death, people get disturbed. And here devotees do not get easily disturbed. They are very advanced in liberation. And the Goswamis were so advanced by following this path of Vedas, by following Krishna consciousness, even though they were very, very rich, they were able to very easily remain under a tree, under a different tree every night. This is called liberation. When a person can face such difficulties without getting disturbed, rather they were spending time in great bliss. doing thousands of dandavats, walking tens of kilometers every day without eating and without sleeping. This is called liberation, surpassing all the bodily demands. This means that they know the truth. They can remain happy under any conditions. They have surpassed the laws of nature. So, thus, we should put faith and follow the footsteps of such great authorities. So, let us see some instances. So, today, two topics were given to me, and each topic needs at least 1 hour. I do not know if we'll be able to do justice or not. Let us see how far we can discuss and let us carefully try to understand. So, there are many, many references about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. Now, one may ask then why, if the references are there, people did not accept earlier? Because these books were not available. All this has come down to Shruti Parampara. And in Shruti, only when the disciples hear, they will understand. General people cannot search, they cannot accept. And even when it was in the books, you cannot search like we do now today. So that is why the Goswamis have done the great pain, great labor of studying thousands and thousands and lakhs of verses, and then taking out the proper references and then compiling, establishing solid foundation of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So now it has become very easy for us. We can immediately search. But great work has been done by the Goswamis. The Shastras were not available. Some copies in some part of the country. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to south. He found Brahma Samhita. That also only one chapter you could find, fifth chapter. Then Krishna Karnamrita or Kurma Puran, where it is mentioned that it was Maya Sita which was taken away. Actual Sita got hidden when Ravana came for kidnapping. So all these concepts were there in some Purana somewhere. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also discovered when he stumbled upon it. It was not available for public. Some Brahmana somewhere they will keep it. But now we are fortunate with technology, we can have access to all these things very, very easily. So let us see from the Vedas, from the Upanishads, from the prominent 18 Puranas, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very clearly told as the incarnation of Krishna. So let me share the screen. Sorry. So this is from the Atharva Ved, Purush Bodhini Upanishad. So here it is said. So we are discussing because people have very, very strong faith in Vedas. So the Upanishads are part of the Vedas. So in Atharva Ved, in Purush Bodhini Upanishad, there is this description, as you can see. Saptame, sorry, Saptame Gaur Varna Vishnur Ityanena Swashaktya Chaikyam Etya Prante Pratar Avatirya Sahasvai Swamanum Shikshayati. In the seventh Manvantara, Saptame, Gauravarna Vishnu, the Supreme Lord, accompanied by his associates, will descend in a golden form, Gauravarna Vishnu, Swashaktya Chaikyam. Avatirya, he will incarnate. He will teach the chanting of Swamanum Shikshayati, his own holy names. So here it is mentioned about Manvantar. Here it is mentioned about the complexion, God Varna Vishnu, and his activity. He will teach the chanting of his own names. Next, do we have more details? It is further stated in the Atharva Ved, as you can see on the screen. Itthotam krita sannyaso avatarishyami saguno nirvedo nishkamo bhugirmanas tira अथो अलकानंदयः कलौ चतु सहस्राभ्योपरि पंच सहस्रभ्यंतरे गौरवर्णो दीर्घांगः सर्वलक्षणयुक्त ईश्वर प्रार्थितो निज रसस्वादो भक्त रूपो मिश्राख्यो विदित योगस्याम. The Supreme Lord Himself says. So this is again from the Atharva Ved. And among the four Vedas, Atharva Ved is said to be the original Ved. And later it was divided into Rig, Yajur, Sam, Athar, four Vedas. The Supreme Lord Himself says, when between 4,000 and 5,000 years of Kali Yuga have passed, so you can see the end of second line. Sahasrabdho pari chatuhu. Chatuhu means four. Srabdho Pari. Upara means after. Sahasra means thousands. Abda means years. So after 4 into 1000 means after 4000 years. Pancha Sahasrabhyantare, before 5000 years. When between 4000 and 5000 years of Kali Yuga have passed, and we understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exactly appeared in the middle, 4500 years in the Kali Yuga. So thus we can see very clearly it is mentioned after 4000, before 5000. I will descend to the earth in a place by the Ganges shore. Ganges, the name given is Alkanandaya. I will be tall, saintly Brahmana devotee of the Lord. Gaurmandal Dirghangah. I will be tall, I will be saintly devotee. And I will have a golden complexion, Gaurvarno. I will be renounced, so it is also mentioned, and free from all desire. Nirvedo Nishkamo, Saguno Nirvedo Nishkamo. Ithottam Krita Sannyaso, I will take sannyas, that is also mentioned. Lord Krishna did not take sannyas, Lord Ramchandra did not take sannyas, but here he will take sannyas. I will be renounced and Nishkamo, free from all desire. I will accept the order of renunciation sannyas. I will be a devotee advanced in bhakti yoga. Ishwar prarthito nij rasa swado. I will chant the holy names of the Lord Bhakta Rupo. I will taste the sweet mellows of my own devotional service. Only the great devotees will understand me. Vidita yogastyam. So thus we can see very clearly it is told. Tiro atho alkanandaya, on the bank of the Ganges I will take birth. After 4000 years, Kalau of Kali Yuga have passed, and before 5000 years. And I'll have a tall form, golden complexion, and I will taste the nectar of my own service. Next, 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. We have known this famous verse. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yajna Sankirtana Prayar Yajanti Hi Sumedhasaha. So we are so fortunate in entire world. Nobody follows this exactly. That Sumedasa, those who are most intelligent, what they will do? Yajna Sankirtana Prayar Yajanti. In the age of Kali, the intelligent persons performed Sankirtan, congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead. Among the four Sampradaya also, the main stress on Sankirtan is very difficult to find. So thus, this is the unique nature of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sampradaya. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam, who constantly sings the name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. So they worship the incarnation of Godhead who constantly sings the name of Krishna. So which other sampradaya is worshipping the incarnation who is Krishna Varnam, who is constantly singing the names of Krishna? They are worshipping Krishna, that is all right. Other sampradayas, they worship Ramchandra, that is all right. They worship Vishnu, that is all right. But Lord Ramchandra or Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu, they don't chant their own names. So Krishna Varnam and Tusha Krishnam, their complexion is not blackish. So they are worshipping Krishna, but he is having sham complexion. We have to worship this incarnation who is non-blackish in complexion. So just see, Srimad Bhagavatam is Nigam Kalpataror Galitam Phalam. It is the most mature, ripened fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literatures. Means the most important part of Vedic literature is Srimad Bhagavatam. Without Bhagavatam, Vedvyas was not satisfied. So nobody can be satisfied. And just see, nobody apart from Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they implement this thing very sincerely. So how fortunate we are. We are able to implement Srimad Bhagavatam. Sumedasa, we are acting as the most intelligent people. We are worshipping incarnation. Who is Krishna Varnam? Which are the Sampradaya? This very, very powerful shloka we can discuss with anybody. Which other Sampradaya is worshipping a form of Krishna, which is Tusha Krishna, whose complexion is not dark? And who is Krishna Varnam? Who is chanting the name of Krishna? Who is accompanied by his associates? Sankirtan by Sankirtan Yagya, nobody does it. So thus, very clearly it is told about, of course, the name of Krishna is not mentioned, but all the other symptoms are mentioned. Sankirtan Yajna and complexion and his activities. He will be chanting his name. Next. Channa kaloyat abhava triyogo athastatvam. So this is the argument between Prahlad Maharaj, sorry, the disciples of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I think it was Kashi Mishra who was debating. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was trying to understand, and his disciples were trying to understand. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fainted, he understood he's a great personality. These are not ordinary symptoms because the Shastras describe the symptoms of ecstasy. And but he was not accepting him as supreme personality. So he told, why you are telling? Gopinath Acharya or Kashi Mishra, one of them was there. He was discussing. And then he told that how you are telling that Krishna is incarnated in Kali Yuga. Lord is called Triyogi in the Shastras very clearly. So how in Kali Yuga he will appear? Lord is Triyogi. So then the disciples quote this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, which is from Prahlad Maharaj. Here Prahlad Maharaj is telling why God is called Triyogi. Does he take incarnation only in 3 ages? Is there no incarnation in Kali Yuga? No. So Prahlad Maharaj tells, Channa kalau yad abhava Triyogo athastatvam. Because in Kali Yuga, you appear in a covered. Channa means covered. Kalau, in Kali Yuga, you appear in a covered incarnation. You are therefore known as Triyuga, one who appears in only 3 yugas. So thus Triyugi means in Kali Yuga, he appears as covered incarnation. Triyugi does not mean that he does not come in Kali Yuga. Next, this is not direct reference about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but some other person can give argument. Some other scholars will tell Lord is called Triyogi. In many prayers, he is called Triyogi. So why is called Triyogi? Why you are telling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he is not called Chaturyogi? So this reference can be given to them from Bhagavatam. Now, Adi Puran. Adi Puran is also called Brahma Puran. It is among the 6 Sattvic Puranas, among the 18 Puranas. And the same verse is found in Narad Puran also. Because as we understand, the verses they are repeated because that is absolute knowledge. Aham eva dvijashreshto dvijashreshtha nityam prachanna vigraha bhagavad bhakta rupena lokam rakshami sarvada. My true identity always concealed. Prachanna vigraha. I will assume the form of a brahmana. Aham eva dvijashreshto. Brahmana devotee of the Lord. Bhagavad bhakta rupena lokam rakshami sarvada. In this form, I will deliver the worlds. So again, it is mentioned here, Bhagavad Bhakta Rupena, in the form of a Brahmana devotee of the Supreme Lord, keeping my identity concealed, I will appear and deliver the worlds. When he will appear, Garun Puran, very authentic Puran, everyone reads it after the person passes away. Kalina dahimananam paritranaya tanubhritam janma prathama sandhyayam karishyami dvijatishu aham purno bhavishyami yuga sandhyau visheshatah mayapure navadvipe bhavishyami shachi sutah. So here more direct reference is given. Kalina dahimananam, to deliver the conditioned souls burning in the troubles of Kali Yuga in the first sandhya of that age. Sandhya is supposed to last for a few thousands of years. I think it is 10,000 or 25,000 years. And the Sandhya lasts. So to deliver the conditioned souls burning in the troubles of Kali Yuga in the first Sandhya of that age. So second Sandhya will be the conjunction of Kali Yuga and the next Sati Yuga. That is called second Sandhya. First Sandhya is conjunction of Treta Yuga and Kali Yuga. Sorry, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga. So in the first Sandhya, I will take birth among the Brahmanas. And then in my original spiritual form, perfect and complete, Purno Bhavishyami Yuga Sandhya Visheshata, I will become son of Shachi Devi, Shachi Sutaha. In Navadvip Mayapur, very clearly it is mentioned, Mayapure Navadvipe. So thus very clear, Shachi Suta as son of Shachi Devi in Mayapur in Navadvip I am going to appear. Then in the Narsimha Puran it is mentioned, Satye Daitya Kuladhi Nash Samaye Simurdva Martyakriti Tretayam Dashakandaram Paribhavan Rameti Namakritihi Gopalan Paripalayan Rajapure Bharam Harandvapare Gauranga Priya Kirtanaha Kali Yuge Chaitanya Nama Prabhu. The Supreme Lord who in the Sat Yuga appeared as a half man, half lion to cure a terrible disease that had ravaged the Daityas, and who in Treta Yuga appeared as Ram, a person who defeated the 10-headed Ravana, and who in Dwapar Yuga removed the earth's burden and protected the Gopa people of Rajapura, will appear again in the Kali Yuga. His form will be golden. He will delight in chanting the Lord's holy names, and his name will be Chaitanya. So that's very clearly it is told. Satya, he appeared as Narsimha Avatar Satyuga. Tretayam, Rameti Namakriti, Lord Ramchandra killing Dashkandaram, Ramana. Gopalan Paripalayan Vrajapure, in Vraj, in Vrindavan, he appeared as Gopal Krishna. And Gauranga, Priya Kirtana Kaliyuge, he will delight in chanting the Lord's holy name, and he will appear in Kaliyuga. His name will be Chaitanya. Chaitanya Nam Prabhu. So thus we can see it is very clear. Gauranga Priya Kirtanaha Kaliyuge Chaitanya Nam Prabhu. Next, Padma Puran, one of the six another Sattvic Puranas. कले प्रथम संध्यायां गौरांगोहम महितले भागीरथी तटे रम्ये भविष्यामि शची sutah. In the first Sandhya of Kali Yuga, I will appear on the earth in a beautiful place by the Ganges shore. Bhagirathi Tate Ramye. Ganges is also known as Bhagirathi. Bhagirathi Tate or Ramye, beautiful shore of the Ganges, I will appear. Bhavishyami Shachi Sutah. I will be the son of Shachi Devi, and Gaurango, my complexion will be golden. So again, very clear mention. Padma Purana is the famous Purana from which we read Damodarashtakam, other famous prayers. So there this verse appears. And the similar verse, so almost same verse is there, what we read here. The only difference is Bhagirathi Tate Ramye, it is mentioned here. Here it is mentioned Bhagirathi Tate Bhumni, on the earth. Otherwise it is same. Kale Pratham Sandhyayam, Kale Pratham Sandhyayam. Gaurangoham Mahitale, Gaurang Uttham Mahitale. Bhagirathi Tate Ramye, Bhagirathi Tate Bhumni, Bhavishyami Shachi Sutah, Bhavishyami Shachi Sutah. I will reveal my eternal form, Gaurangottham Mahitale, in the first part of Kali Yuga, Pratham Sandhyayam. I will advent on the earth on the bank of Bhagirathi, as son of Mother Shachi, Bhavishyami Shachi Sutaha. So thus Brahma Puran is most important Puran. It is also called as Adi Puran, as we discussed, because it is supposed to be compiled in the beginning of all the Puranas. So Brahma Puran, Padma Puran, there are other scriptures also, like Chaitanya Upanishad, further description is given. But some other Mayavadis may not accept. They will not accept Purana also. But anyway, we have quoted other Upanishads. Chandogya Upanishad is there. We have quoted Atharva Veda. In Vedas, very clearly it is mentioned. In Sama Veda, it is mentioned. So here, because of limitation of time, we have not been able to cover. Otherwise, Atharva Veda, Sam Veda, other Upanishads, it is very clearly mentioned. In the bona fide Puranas, also it is mentioned. So all these scriptures are very, very widely acceptable. Garun Puran, Narsimha Puran, and very clearly we can see Gauranga's name, his activities, he will take sannyas, and all these things are very, very clearly mentioned. So by this, we can have firm faith, following the authority of the Vedas, that Lord Chaitanya is none other than Krishna himself. And he is a concealed incarnation, and especially he should be worshipped by the Sankirtan Yajna. So now we are so fortunate, nothing happens by chance. Lord Chaitanya is very much pleased with all of us. That is why by his mercy we are able to enter into Navadvip Dham. So our mood of visiting Dham should not be that I am trying to enjoy. The mood should be to give enjoyment to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when I am going there. And it is told, Shushusho Shraddadhanasya Vasudev Katharuchi Syan Mahasevaya Vipra Punya Tirthi Nishevanat. We are all looking to increase our taste in Krishna Katha. Liberation happens by hearing Krishna Katha. That is what Parikshit Maharaj did. But we do not have taste like Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj had such great taste that he kept on listening for 7 days continuously without blinking an eyelid, without eating anything, without sleeping, without moving. His whole body became firm, stone like. He kept on sitting. This was the taste of Parikshit Maharaj. So if we get taste, then very easily we can remember 24 hours. As soon as we hear any of the verses, we can think of Krishna and thus remain absorbed and very easily attain Paramahansa position. But we are not able to get that taste. If taste comes, then very easy it is to advance in spiritual life. So how to get that taste? Here in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned very clearly how to get taste. So what is the verse? Shushrushroho Shraddadhanasya. Shushrushroho has got two meanings. One meaning is one who is very eager to render service. Another meaning is one who is very eager to hear. Shushrushroho Shraddadhanasya, with great faith. So with great faith, one who is eager to hear or eager to render service. Vasudev Katharuchi Syan Mahasevaya Vipra Punya Tirthi Nishevanat. Mahatsevaya Vipra, one who engages in the service of pure devotees, Punya Tirtha Nishevanat, who are able to purify the places of pilgrimage. Another meaning is one who engages in service of pure devotees and one who engages in Punya Tirtha Nishevanat, one who engages in service of Tirtha, holy places. So Prabhupada explains both the meanings. So one who engages in the service of pure devotees and in the service of holy dham, very easily he gets the taste in hearing Vasudev Katha Ruchi Syat. Syat means becomes possible to develop taste in hearing Vasudev Katha. So that is why we see a sudden shift, sudden advancement, a leap in Krishna consciousness when we go to dham, especially in the association of devotees. So by rendering service to Dham, we make advancement. Now, what does it mean rendering service to Dham? Prabhupada mentions going to Dham and hearing about Krishna. That is the meaning of rendering service to Dham. And then, of course, offering dandavats to the Dham. The Dham is also personality. We need blessing of the Dham to actually enter Dham, unless Dham blesses us. So that is why we have to pray, just like we pray to Giri Govardhan, we pray to Radha Kund Shyam Kund, we have to pray to Vrindavan Dham. Vrindavan Dham is also a personality not different from Krishna. Vrindavan Dham is also as pervading, all pervading as Krishna. It spreads left, right, top, and bottom everywhere. And when one engages in sincere devotional service, one lives always in Vrindavan Dham. So that is why understanding Vrindavan Dham is a personality, eternal servant of Krishna, and the form is his abode. We have to pray to Vrindavan Dham to engage us in his service. We have to do Vrindavan Dham or Mayapur Dham, they are non different. So we have to pray to Sri Mayapur Dham, understand it is non-different from Vrindavan Dham, and do dandavats with great devotion as much as possible. Take the dust on our heads and do parikrama. Of course, we cannot do parikrama now. Time is limited. Otherwise, Gaurmandal parikrama devotees do. So, thus we can be thankful, we can be conscious. And when we go to Dham, we should hear about Krishna. In this way, we are going to Dham to render service to the Dham, to serve the Dham. That is the purpose. So when we go with this mood, we make tremendous advancement. So this mood should be of engaging senses in the service of Krishna and not seeking sense gratification. So with this mood, we will try to go and just morning to evening remain absorbed in the katha of Lord Chaitanya. Do nothing else. So anyway, devotees, they plan very nicely. Attend morning program, evening program, in between hear very nicely. And then when there is no hearing, then you discuss among yourselves, or nowadays in our phone, we have the book, Open Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Open Chaitanya Charitamrita. and keep on reading continuously as much as possible. Or audiobook is there, keep on hearing. Don't indulge in any other thing, just remain absorbed in katha morning to evening, and then Mayapur Dham will be pleased, and he will give us association even when we return, come back from Mayapur Dham. So we can continue further with the childhood pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. But before that, any questions on this we can discuss. Okay, somebody
Hare
has
Krishna.
raised the hand. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, I have question about the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu incarnations.
Yes, please ask.
प्रभु चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने छन्ने अवतार लिया त्रियुगा का।
Yes.
तो प्रभु चैतन्य महाप्रभु का इंटेंशन था कि वो लव ऑफ गॉड को स्प्रेड कर सके एवरीवन के लिए,
Hmm.
इररिस्पेक्टिव कास्ट और रिलीजन।
Yes.
तो प्रभु मेरा क्वेश्चन था कि चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने सीक्रेट अवतार क्यों लिया, अगर वो चाहते थे सबके ऊपर मर्सीफुल होना।
Hmm. तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु आप बोल रहे हैं कि अगर बता देते कि आई एम सुप्रीम तो फिर लोग इजिली सरेंडर कर देते।
प्रभु ये डिबेट का क्वेश्चन नहीं रह पाता कि उनके अपन इनकारनेशन के लिए अपन अलग अलग वेदा से अलग अलग जगह से प्रूफ दे रहे हैं।
ये डिबेट का क्वेश्चन हमेशा रहता है, इसलिए चैतन्य चरितामृत में लिखा है, अवतार नहीं कहे आमी अवतार, अवतार नेवर टेल्स दैट आई एम अवतार, but we have to understand from the scriptures. So that is why when Krishna also was there, he declared, but he declared to his devotees, he declared confidentially to Arjuna, aham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam pravartate. Otherwise, to bewilder ordinary people, he did martial leela also. See, this hunter is shooting an arrow and I am dying. And Krishna took a four-handed form. Then Devki told, to bewilder the atheists, please take a form of an ordinary child. Then he took form of ordinary child. He did so much ordinary Leela that Brahma could not understand that he is Supreme Personality. So thus God serves both purpose, to bewilder the atheist and to deliver the devotees. So thus Avatar will never tell that I am Avatar, but we have to understand from the scriptures. Yes. Yes, Sudhir.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु, दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु।
Hare Krishna.
प्रभु अभी आपने कहा ना कि टू बिविल्डर द एथिस्ट, तो ब्रह्मा जी एथिस्ट थे क्या?
नहीं, ब्रह्मा जी एथीस्ट नहीं थे, वो दूसरा पर्पस था. So bewilder the atheist is one purpose. Another thing is muhyanti suradvisham, that even the great demigods are also bewildered. The Varun Dev could not understand that he is Supreme Personality. Similarly, Indra could not understand, Brahma could not understand. Thus, वो पर्पस ये था बताने के पीछे कि आप देवता, सबसे इंटेलिजेंट देवता बन जाएंगे ब्रह्मा, तो भी नहीं समझ पाएंगे, केवल भक्ति से कंप्लीटली सरेंडर करने से ही आप समझ पाएंगे कि मैं कौन हूँ. सो दिस वाज द पर्पस हियर. इसलिए हमको अपने इंटेलिजेंस पे प्राउड नहीं होना. जब ब्रह्मा नहीं समझ पाए तो आप अपना दिमाग लगा के कैसे समझ जाएंगे. तो इसलिए भक्ति कीजिए, शुद्ध भक्ति शरण लीजिए, फिर आप समझ पाएंगे.
थैंक यू प्रभु।
थैंक यू. हरे कृष्ण. यस, विजय जी. विजय जी क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं. ओके. With great devotion, I beg to submit that which books we may read in Sri Mayapur Dham. So as I discussed, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya एक बुक है, चैतन्य महाप्रभु की शिक्षाएं, और दूसरी चैतन्य चरितामृत. दोनों में से कोई भी पढ़ सकते हैं. यस, भरत जी, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandavat. My question is about after trip. So may I ask this?
क्वेश्चन इज आफ्टर ट्रिप.
Yes, Prabhu.
हाँ, बताइए.
So just like I have visited Mayapur and the consciousness is like very good. At that
Okay.
time, very excellent, outstanding. And after coming from Mayapur, 3 4 days, the same consciousness are maintained. But I am feeling that consciousness and enthusiasm is lost. Even I am chanting 16 round, reading every day, hearing,
Hmm.
attending Mangala.
Hmm.
So how suggest something how we can revive that consciousness or maintain.
Yes, so इसलिए good question. Prabhupada explains we have to follow all the rules and regulations very nicely and engage rigidly. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate. Engage in unalloyed devotional service without deviation. So when we strictly follow rules and regulations, engage in service of Krishna, then Prabhupada explains Krishna is absolute. There is no difference between name, form, abode, pastimes, or service of Krishna. So when we are thoroughly engaged in service of Krishna, then we are living in abode of Krishna. We are living in Mayapur. तो इसलिए सुबह से शाम तक हमको डिवोशनल सर्विस में एंगेज रहना है और सारे रूल्स रेगुलेशन स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो करना है. देन वी विल बी एबल टू experience the Mayapur consciousness always. Yes. Any other question?
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
प्रभु,
Krishna.
धन्यवाद, प्रणाम प्रभु। उसमें एक पॉइंट आया था कलेर प्रथम संध्या, क्या आप उसके बारे में और कुछ बताएंगे कि मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया कलेर प्रथम संध्या मीन्स
तो जैसे हमने डिस्कस
कितना
किया था
ड्यूरेशन
बीच
रहता है
में,
उसका?
संध्या का टाइम आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिकलेक्ट एग्जैक्टली. समवेयर आई थिंक इट वाज मेंशन 10,000, कहीं पर 25,000 साल भी बोला था. सो 10,000 से 25,000 साल तक की संध्या रहती है. संध्या मतलब जंक्शन पीरियड. तो पहली संध्या हो गई जो अभी चल रही है, जिसमें द्वापर युग के बाद और कलयुग स्टार्ट होता है. तो द्वापर और कलयुग का जंक्शन, ये पहली संध्या हो गई. दूसरी संध्या कब होगी? कलयुग और अगले सतयुग का जो जंक्शन होगा, उसमें कल की अवतार आएंगे.
ओके प्रभु,
SPH4X, आप क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
हरे हरे कृष्ण.
Prabhu, just one question off topic. Just like Prabhu, we read Srila Prabhupada books and we get connected to it and we think that it's the real situation in our life. But whenever that situation came, we got bewildered and forget about it. How do we contemplate on Srila Prabhupada thoughts and all?
सो इसीलिए प्रभुपाद कहते हैं देयर आर मेनी वेज ऑफ डूइंग इट एंड द बेस्ट वे इज डिस्कशन. इसलिए प्रभुपाद ने बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस दिया डिस्कशन पे कि जो आप पढ़ते हैं कीर्तन कीजिए उसका. प्रभुपाद कहते हैं यू आर हियरिंग फॉर मिलियंस ऑफ ईयर्स बट यू आर नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई, बिकॉज यू आर नॉट डूइंग कीर्तनम. सो वी हैव टू डू श्रवण एंड देन वी हैव टू डू कीर्तन आल्सो. सो व्हाटएवर वी हैव लर्नड वी शुड ट्राई टू स्पीक टू अदर्स. And more powerful than that is discussion. You speak something and you hear something. Try to discuss what we have read. In this way, it gets impressed very strongly in our mind, in our heart. So that is very easy way of remembering anything.
But Prabhu, if we don't have anyone to express,
आजकल तो बहुत आसान है, वर्चुअल इतना एसोसिएशन है, सारी दुनिया में किसी को भी ढूंढ लीजिए and we can do it.
yes, Prabhu.
So we can try to stick to questions related to the topic. Other questions also, of course, we can take, but let us try to stick to topic. Next question, Rahul Prabhu is asking, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Mahaprabhu is avatar of Krishna and the mood of Radharani, but Prabhu भगवान संन्यास ले सकते हैं क्या? क्योंकि प्रभु महाप्रभु तो जानते हैं कि मैं अवतार हूँ एंड उनके संगी भी जानते हैं, बट उन्होंने फिर संन्यास क्यों लिया? उन्होंने संन्यास लिया लोगों को डिलीवर करने के लिए, बिकॉज पहले भी महाप्रभु प्रीचिंग करते थे. लेकिन जैसे कि नॉर्मल आदमी वो एक्सटर्नल देखता है. अगर दाढ़ी देखता है बड़ी सी, इंस्टाग्राम और यूट्यूब पे फॉलोअर्स देखता है, तो उसको लगता है कि या कोई सेलिब्रिटी पहुंच गए दर्शन करने, तो उसको लगता है ये साधु जी तो एडवांस्ड है, ये शुद्ध भक्त हैं, सेलिब्रिटी इनके दर्शन करने जाते हैं. और वहीं अगर किसी ने शर्ट पैंट्स पहना है तो उनको बिजनेसमैन समझ लेते हैं, जैसे प्रभुपाद को बिजनेसमैन समझते थे. लोग नहीं समझ पाए कि शुद्ध भक्त हैं भगवान के. तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु जब प्रीच करते थे तो लोग उनको ऑर्डिनरी गृहस्था समझ लेते थे. सम स्कॉलर, गुड स्कॉलर, बट दे कुड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड हिम टू बी एडवांस पर्सनैलिटी. इसलिए चैतन्य महाप्रभु के डिसाइपल्स उनसे झगड़ा कर लिए, यहाँ तक कि उन पे फिजिकल अटैक करने की भी कोशिश की थी. तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने देखा कि ये तो ऑफेंस और कर देंगे. सो दैट इज व्हाई अनलेस दे रिस्पेक्ट मी दे विल नॉट गेट सुकृति. जब तक भगवान को आप रिस्पेक्ट नहीं करेंगे, आपको सुकृति नहीं मिलेगी और आप एडवांस नहीं हो पाएंगे। तो सन्यासी को कोई भी आदमी वैदिक कल्चर में रिस्पेक्ट देता था, इवन चैतन्य महाप्रभु के टाइम तक, इवन अभी भी देते हैं, कोई साधु आते हैं तो इसलिए चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने कहा अगर मैं सन्यास ले लूंगा तो नॉर्मली लोग रिस्पेक्ट देंगे, और जब रिस्पेक्ट देने लगेंगे तो क्वालिफाई हो जाएंगे मुझको समझने के लिए। सो दैट इज वाई चैतन्य महाप्रभु व्हेन ही मेट प्रकाशानंद सरस्वती, सो चैतन्य प्रकाशानंद सरस्वती वाज द लीडर ऑफ मायावादीज, लेकिन वो भी मजाक उड़ाता था और बोलते थे ही इज सेंटिमेंटलिस्ट, इवन दो इज अ ग्रेट स्कॉलर ही बिहेव्स लाइक अ सेंटिमेंटलिस्ट। अब मायावादी कैसे एडवांस करेगा? वो जब भगवान को सम्मान देगा तो एडवांस करेगा। मायावादी से सम्मान कैसे लिया जाए? वो तो मजाक और उड़ाता है कि सेंटिमेंटल है। तो इसलिए चैतन्य महाप्रभु जाकर जहां सब लोग अपने पैर धोते थे उस जगह बैठ जाते हैं, बाकी सन्यासियों के साथ नहीं बैठते हैं। तो फिर प्रकाशानंद सरस्वती को थोड़ा कंपैशन फील होता है कि अरे ये सन्यासी होके ऐसी जगह में क्यों बैठे हैं। तो फिर महाप्रभु बोलते हैं कि नहीं नहीं, मैं फॉलन हूँ, आप लोग एडवांस सन्यासी हैं, मैं आपके साथ कैसे बैठ सकता हूँ। तो जब कोई ऐसा हम्बली बिहेव करे तो नेचुरली आप रिस्पेक्ट ऑफर करेंगे, बोलते हैं नहीं नहीं आप हमारे साथ आइए। तो जैसे ही प्रकाशानंद सरस्वती ने ये रिस्पेक्ट दिया, ही बिकेम एलिजिबल टू अंडरस्टैंड कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस एंड आइडेंटिटी ऑफ चैतन्य महाप्रभु। तो इसलिए महाप्रभु ने संन्यास लिया जिससे लोग सम्मान दें, और जब सम्मान देंगे तो समझ पाएंगे। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, हाँ कृष्ण प्रभु पूछ सकते हैं।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण
प्रभु, जो जो श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की शिक्षा मिलता है उसमें श्री रूप शिक्षा में ये लिखा हुआ है, जब तक हम हृदय में ये इच्छाएं रहती है तब तक कोई शुद्ध भक्ति नहीं कर सकता। तो प्रभु इस कलयुग में जब हम 19-20 ईयर्स के हो गए तो हमारी इच्छा बहुत ज्यादा हो गई। हम लॉर्ड से अगर रेगुलर प्रे भी करें तो वो इच्छा जब मतलब जैसे 1 महीना फॉलो कर लिया, 2 महीने फॉलो कर लिया, लेकिन फिर वो जैसे याद आता है कि हमारी इतनी इच्छाएं हैं, तो फिर प्रभु उससे कैसे डील करे?
तो इसलिए भागवतम बताती है शृण्वताम स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्य श्रवण कीर्तन। जब हम श्रवण और कीर्तन में एंगेज होते हैं भगवान के, तो क्या होता है, हृदय अंतस्तो ही भद्राणी विधुनोति सुरित सताम। हमारे बेस्ट फ्रेंड जो हैं वो कौन है? भगवान सुरित। वो कहाँ बैठे हैं? हृदय अंतस्थः, वो हमारे हृदय में निवास करते हैं। और वो क्या करते हैं? अभद्राणी विधुनोति, जितने भी अभद्र हैं, ये रजस और तमस की जो डिजायर्स हैं हमारे हार्ट में, विधुनोति, वो सबको डिस्ट्रॉय कर देते हैं। तो इसलिए जो हमारी डिजायर्स हैं ये भी भगवान ने दी हैं पिछली एक्टिविटीज के कारण। तो स्पिरिचुअल डिजायर्स या मटेरियल डिजायर्स का डिस्ट्रक्शन भी भगवान करते हैं। कब करते हैं? शृण्वताम स्वकथा कृष्णा, व्हेन ही बिकम्स प्लीज्ड। जब देखते हैं कि मेरी कथा का श्रवण और कीर्तन हो रहा है तो भगवान बहुत खुश हो जाते हैं। और फिर वो हार्ट से, तो हम नहीं कर सकते ये, आपने सही कहा, हमारी कैपेसिटी नहीं है इन डिजायर्स को हटाने की, लेकिन भगवान चाहे तो किसी की भी हटा सकते हैं डिजायर। तो इसलिए बहुत सारे डिवोटीज ने एक्सप्रेस किया है कि ओवरनाइट पूरी डिजायर चेंज हो गई उनकी। बहुत स्ट्रांगली एडिक्टेड थे नशे के लिए, लड़की के लिए, लड़के के लिए और सारी चीजें, लेकिन ओवरनाइट ये सारा अटैचमेंट वैनिश हो गया। जो छोड़ने में उम्र निकल जाती है लोगों की, छोड़ नहीं पाते, वो ओवरनाइट वैनिश हो गया। बट उन्होंने बहुत ही सिंसियरली श्रवण कीर्तन किया, सरेंडर किया। तो इसलिए हमको श्रवण कीर्तन बहुत अच्छे से करना है, सरेंडर करना है, सेवा करना है भगवान की। भगवान के लिए सब कुछ पॉसिबल है, वो सारी डिजायर्स को मिटा देंगे।
जी प्रभु, हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण। एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? तो आई थिंक अब हमारे पास टाइम बहुत कम बाकी है, तो अगली क्लास में आई विल रिक्वेस्ट गौर सुंदर प्रभु, जो भी डिवोटी ओरिएंटेशन लेंगे, दे विल कवर पास्ट टाइम्स ऑफ द चाइल्डहुड, पास्ट टाइम्स ऑफ लॉर्ड चैतन्य। सो केवल हमको सुनते जाना है बस, ये सब्जेक्ट मैटर इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है। वरीयानेशते प्रश्न, व्हाट टू स्पीक ऑफ आंसर, इवन क्वेश्चन अगर कोई पूछ ले कि चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने बचपन में क्या किया था, केवल एक क्वेश्चन हमको डिलीवर कर देगा। ये साउंड इतना पावरफुल है। तो आचार्य ने बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया है इसको, और शुभदेव गोस्वामी भी बताते हैं वरीयानेशते प्रश्न कृतो लोकहितम नृपा। ये जो आपका क्वेश्चन है, दिस इटसेल्फ इज द प्राइम सब्जेक्ट मैटर फॉर हियरिंग, बिकॉज ये क्वेश्चन भी स्पिरिचुअल वाइब्रेशन है। तो भगवान के बारे में इंक्वायरी ही हमको लिबरेट कर देगी, व्हाट टू स्पीक ऑफ द आंसर। तो इसलिए भगवान के बारे में क्वेश्चन और आंसर दोनों ही स्पिरिचुअल प्लेटफॉर्म पे है। तो ऐसी कथा अगर हम समझ भी ना पाए तो भी सुनते जाना है, सुनते जाना है, श्रद्धा से सुनते जाना है कि ये भगवान की कथा भी भगवान का अवतार है। तो हम भगवान से, और सबसे मर्सीफुल अवतार है भगवान की कथा, भगवान का नाम शब्द अवतार। तो केवल श्रद्धा से, कुछ मैटर नहीं करता, हम याद कर पाए याद ना कर पाए, डज नॉट मैटर, हम समझ पाए समझ ना पाए, डज नॉट मैटर। केवल श्रद्धा पूर्वक कि हम भगवान से एसोसिएट कर रहे हैं उनकी कथा के थ्रू, बस ये कथा को सुनते जाना है। और श्रद्धा से, फेथ से जब हम कथा सुनेंगे तब हम एक्चुअली एसोसिएट कर पाएंगे कथा से और हमारा एडवांसमेंट हो पाएगा। So I request the devotees who are coming next, they will cover the childhood pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. We'll finish here. श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय, पंच तत्व की जय,
जय।
श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय, जगत गुरु
जय।
शील प्रभुपाद